So worried about losing your male privilege that you would call anything that has to do with equality for women anti-men.
Yo, sure, he's not related to Mr. Beast? Motherfucker look like Mr. Least, nigga.
Believing that when all men are killed, he'd be spared because of his TikToks. And when he did also occasionally support men,
Now I've talked about men getting body shamed, women getting body shamed.
the objective was still the same.
What?
Try to make himself seem
Mr.
like
Beast?
a person who did no wrong. The caption of his merch was literally "Be Better," which seemed true to him as a church office manager and youth pastor on the weekends.
Okay, depending on how long you've been following me, you may or may not know that I'm actually a very religious person.
People therefore heavily respected him, even making stan accounts such as Lovely Joe Robe, while comments on his live streams read, "I have so much respect for you. You speak for others and it makes me so happy." Any videos criticizing him were met with thousands of dislikes until people became suspicious of Joe Robe's supposed morality. In late 2020,
What did
a
he do?
TikToker named Gemini Official was exposed for his relationships with multiple young girls.
What happened to that dude? I remember that. That shit happened so long ago, bruh. Hey, you think we forgot about you? Yes, we know Cody Cohen, Dr. Disrespect, is getting exposed, but you're still up in there in the Hall of Fame, buddy. You're still cooked.
Being in line with Joe Robe's content, people asked him to talk about it, although for whatever reason, Joe Robe avoided the topic.
Message Joe Robe saying,
Why did the dude look like the dude that was in the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie?
hey, this is the problem. Speak about it. Which is bizarre that it would take you so long to talk about somebody who's grooming children.
Joe Robe later explained on Discord that denouncing the actions was simply too obvious.
Okay.
Although having previously claimed the goal of his TikTok was
Is
to
what?
create a safe space for young people, it seemed odd that Joe Robe didn't
Yeah, you definitely wanted to make a space for young people.
want to talk about
Yup.
it. Perhaps he was simply avoiding drama, but this wasn't the only example where Joe Robe deflected an obvious topic. He'd become friends with a TikToker named The Calvin Randall, whose videos promoted a similar sentiment to those made by Joe Robe.
Okay.
Well, turns out he'd been doing exactly what he disavowed, explaining he thought it was okay because he was TikTok famous.
I felt that with TikTok, my ego was super inflated, and I felt like I was invincible, I was unstoppable, I couldn't.
Yo, why do people use that excuse? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was famous as shit, so I'm not gonna lie, it was okay for me to hit on minors. Like, what? That gotta be the lamest excuse. If anything, that should show you more of a reason why you cannot be doing shit like that.
And making mistakes.
Despite having photos together on Instagram, Joe Robe avoided the situation.
You have no problem calling out problematic men, but it seems like the problematic man is your friend, and you're a little quiet.
Eventually addressing what had happened with this iconic statement.
I'll say it again. If you groom somebody, you are disgusting. The scum
Okay.
of the earth.
Joe Robe, however,
Okay.
was doing exactly this himself.
Blood forgot to self-reflect. Are you serious, man? How are you gonna be hypocritical and do the same shit behind your back?
This was somebody that I felt safe around.
But just look at him. How do you feel safe when this big ass head is in? Never trust niggas that are built like this, bro.
I don't feel safe around him anymore because he's a groomer.
On one unassuming Wednesday, 17-year-old TikToker DillG16 uploaded the following video.
This video will be about one of the biggest hypocrites I have ever met in my life, Joe
What?
Robe. John is a
Damn.
disgusting, terrible hypocrite who abuses his platform by using his clout to groom and prey upon underage boys. He has done this to multiple people, including me. John first followed me whenever I had about 30,000 followers and joined my live stream and asked for my Snapchat, so I gave it to him. After Snapchatting for a few weeks, he asked me if I wanted to get an Airbnb with him on my 18th birthday, which was over 3 months away. He started to send me links.
Damn, bro. You recruiting him immediately? He got 3 weeks to turn an adult, and you want to make sure you get his butt fresh out the 18-year-old, like a fresh out as an adult. Are you serious?
To one-bedroom Airbnbs, and he offered to purchase me alcohol if I went, and this is him talking about the one-bedroom. He knew that I did not want to get the Airbnbs, so he thought if he invited one of my IRL friends, I would want to go. That's him asking when he was going to turn 18.
And while Joe Robe was at least waiting until their 18th birthday,
What?
the group chat they shared wasn't quite so clean.
During one of the Zooms with all of my TikTok friends, John thought it would be a good idea to have us all take a BDSM score test and send him our results. Keep in mind, the youngest was 15 years old, and
You know how freaked out you gotta be in the men's group chat. Y'all all chilling, then you just want to say, hey, bro, y'all want to do a BDSM test to see, like what type of kinks y'all like? Like, what? Like, I want to know if y'all like it up the butt. Like, dude, we just vibing. Either way, no, an adult should never be in a group chat with all minors, bro. Like, If they're not serving any purpose, like by like moderating or doing anything for you, if they just like your friends, oh no, they can't. No.
And the oldest were 19, and there were only two 19-year-olds, and everybody else was 17 and below.
Which had happened just a month before Joe Rogan's 28th.
He's a 30-year-old.
Jill G added one more detail before the video finished.
I found out that there are multiple people that John has groomed.
As a person named Foucault then also came forward.
He started asking like different questions, like what state do you live in, and do your parents let you travel, and do you like to travel, and do I or
Yo, chat, to all the gay niggas in my chat, are y'all freaky at a young age? Or, like, do y'all wait to get freaky? Because I feel like gay niggas be freaks, bro. Not even on the low. They be making it known that they're freaks. Because I feel, am I tripping, chat, or is that true, low-key? Gay niggas be freaks. Hey, man, shit, I'm not knocking it. If you want to be freaked that young, then go ahead. But I feel like gay niggas be freaky.
And he offered to buy me a room with him. He offered to buy me alcohol. This is the one quote I remember him talking to me. I may be a pastor, or I may work for God, but I'm not against kids having fun. I should have realized it right there.
Then there was another.
I can't go into specific detail.
Yo, and you making it bad, bro. You making it bad for other pastors that want to preach that religion because they're like, oh, you contributing to that stereotype that all pastors really just want to prey on kids.
Details about what happened between me and Joro because it is quite not safe for work.
And another after that.
He'd also make promises about getting Airbnbs and meeting up with us. He promised alcohol and hot tubs.
Joe Rogan's accusers then made a Google Doc listing everything else he'd done. He tried to get blank and blank to create an OnlyFans once he turned 18 and said he'd set it up for him and subscribe. Also strangely bribing the group to call him hot.
Wait, what are you doing?
He'd set it up for him and blank to create an OnlyFans once he turned 18 and said he'd set it up for him and subscribe.
And you're trying to be an OFP? Take care of Virgil. And you're trying to be an OFP? Are you serious? This nigga, he need a side hustle too?
But also strangely bribing the group to call him hot and locking a girl who was also intoxicated out of Zoom for calling him old and refusing to call him hot. We got talked about the document in this video here, after which he'd be messaged a story worse than every other one combined. I ran a small fan account for Joe Rogan on Instagram. He eventually asked for my Snapchat. He told me no one else had his Snapchat and made me promise to not give anyone
You making a fan page for a pastor? Oh, buddy, you got a lot of time.
or to tell anyone what we talk about. Conversations got really weird, and he sent me a lot of dirty pictures, 4 of which were included to prove he wasn't lying. I was also 14 at the time. He didn't even bother to ask how.
Y'all want to see it? For research purposes only, and you better not pull out the sketch excuse too, bruh. You doing it to kids, gang.
How old I was, or for any form of identification, but he would call me a baby a lot and would try and force me to call him daddy. To make matters worse, John's church profile explained, outside of his work at St. John, he is a private music teacher with over a dozen students, and up until recently was the activities chair for the Northern Sky District of the Boy Scouts of America. But wait until you hear why he left his previous job. Someone messaged one of the accusers, I wanted to reach out because I'm on staff at the church he used to work at. He was removed from staff over 2 years ago, and he was really upset with our church and strict protocols for working with youth, so he left to go to another church.
Are you serious? All because they said, hey, bro, leave the minors alone? You willing to quit your job? What pays you so you can get minors? Hey, if you backing up a religion, then talk about the religion. Don't use the religion so that you could get minors, bro. That's so weird.
We're currently in the process of contacting the other church and places he's at, as well as local authorities. Joe Rogan's LinkedIn partially confirms the story's legit, as it shows he previously worked in the very same church as the lady who told the anecdote. Unsurprisingly, people demanded Joe Rogan also lose his new job.
St. John Lutheran Church. You have some explaining to do.
With Papa Gut even calling the church directly.
This is the church that he works at. I know this because I called the church that he works at.
And what do they